Again, we got a lot to talk about. We got the Karen Civil thing. We're gonna talk about with her and Jonah Lucas. Got the big facts and Birdman. Shout out Bank and Scream, Baby Jade, that whole team, Revolt. We got a lot to talk about. The game is just it's constantly fluctuating. I heard Joe Budden say something about Drake that I'm gonna visit later on in the show. He said that J. Cole was shooting at Drake because he said certain things on the pipe down Cole mix or remix or jacking for beats, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get to that. First, I want to talk about, though, I want to kind of lead in with the Big Facts interview with Birdman. Before I get to that, though, I want to make sure I'm clear with my communication about you are in the place that starts the conversations. If you go about 2 months back, 3 months back, I was already speaking on who made the most money in hip hop. I knew people would discredit Birdman and P. We ain't talking about who walked away with money from clothing and drinks and all that. I brought that to the game, right? I know Birdman, that's his understanding. P, that's their understanding. People in their camp, because they was part of it. But I always said, yo, we got to speak for the South, right? But it's important that we evolve with the game the same way we done with music. So in our podcasting and our media in the South, we don't disregard the North, but we don't view it with the same lens, right? In regards to sometimes you have that hometown hero vibe. And we got to make sure that we don't adopt that as much. But we also do shed light on the people that's responsible for a lot of the things that we currently are making millions of dollars off of, and that is in the South. Right? My communication about that, people were saying, oh, it's up north, no question. Go look at the post on my Instagram, FOGFO Looney, _Looney on Instagram. It's hundreds of people under there. Nah, no, it ain't. No, man. The North. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't thinking about Outkast. Y'all ain't thinking about, and that's just pure D record sales. Then I start talking about Baby, Master P. When we look at Baby, I don't care. When we talk about Nicki, we got to credit that to Cash Money, even though she's from New York, right? So again, understanding all of those things, but for some reason, inside the culture, we didn't have a voice. But Loon been the voice for the South. It's up to y'all to spread the word. Loon been speaking this. I've been putting this game down. It's these industry dudes that don't want to put the game out there because I may shoot past them. You understand? But I've been speaking about, yo, the South done contributed to this game that y'all call hip hop in a way where I'm not sure that y'all appreciate the way that we would like to see. You understand? Because the way we look at Jay, we give Jay them flowers. How many people up that way give Birdman them same flowers? You see what I'm saying? It's just it's a weird thing happening. Y'all deal with us because you can't help but to deal with us. You saw Lil Duval say that about the Boosie thing. But again, who been said these things? And I like all of them dudes. Gonna have a conversation with all of them, all the greats. We gonna sit down and speak about it. But what I'm saying is, ask yourself, how long Loon been saying this for the people that really listen to me? How long? How long I been saying, yo, man, I represent the South. I speak with a certain level of understanding of this game that can't be ignored. I don't ignore nothing. I don't take advice. I only take information. Because to me, advice ain't nothing but somebody with some kind of gut feeling. Information is somebody that knows something about what we talking about. So I don't take advice. And I'm not arrogant. I just understand that my train got to run the way I need it to run. New information, bring it on. I take that in. I'm in Bluetooth mode all day, every day. You will start to see people adopt what I say. You'll start see people try to dance around things that I've already said that you'll be like, yo, that's the same point that dude was saying. Great minds do think alike, but sometimes it gets a little spooky. It gets a little spooky. But see, I told myself that I was going to not get so, because sometimes I can find myself getting up there. You know, I get to going. So I want to try to remain, you know, kind of straight, like, you know, and not do too much of getting too passionate about things, right? Because sometimes that can be felt wrong, right? And I know, you know, a lot of people look at me and they don't know what I know. They don't know what I've done. Where he come from? Who is that talking like? Who is this? You see, so I gotta understand that sometimes it gets weird for people that's above me, you know, with all due respect, because you can feel it on me when I'm around. I try to be in the cut. I ain't doing nothing. But if you done heard me say something before, you always want to hit me what I gotta say about that. Hey, Loon, what do you think about? You know, it's something I got right there. I don't know what it is yet. I know it's worth something. And that's the fight. I'm trying to figure out how to figure it out. You know, I was having a conversation with some people the other day on live. And it offends me, right? Because podcasting, and I'll get to the show, but y'all know I got to give a little game. It offends me, right? Because podcasting is a space that many people don't understand, and they hold it to the standards that they hold music to and these other things, and they just don't have the information. So I jump on the live, right? Because I hear people giving bad information out. You know, people are saying, hey, yo, don't repurpose your content. Don't recycle your content. If you even are next to, say I'm next to Charlemagne and we have some interaction in regards to a show, not just some shit I'm taking out of proportion, which that's something that they're doing too. I know plenty of dudes that run up on somebody. Hey, can I get a picture, bro? And post it and be like, some kind of caption like, you know, breaking new ground. Harry Tubman ain't the only one built a railroad, you know, just on some. And I'd be like, yo, but people, the onlookers don't understand that, right? So it's all about the information you got. But you got people that'll say, hey, even if you have an interaction with Charlemagne where y'all do a show or a podcast, or let's say on a consistent basis, me and Joe Budden is going live in the morning and talking. They're saying don't recycle that, meaning don't continue to speak about that on your own platforms. And I couldn't disagree more. The thing about this game is literally spend a bunch of money like Jonah Lucas. We'll get to him. They said they spent $500,000-$600,000 in ads on just Facebook. And that's just to get 500,000 followers, 1 million followers, right? So you got to understand what's happening to do this. So people are Uber pooling to the money. Yeah, people Uber pooling to the money, and that's what I keep telling dudes to do. Jump in the car with somebody. Then when y'all get to the spot, figure out, all right, y'all go this way, I'm gonna go that way, and if we ever get lost, you know, find each, yeah, man, I got you, run over here, or I run back that way, hand you something, go back my way, right? But I'm hustling with it. You know, they basically telling you to walk to the show. And when I say the show, I mean the place where they handing out checks for the content, for the music. It's way down there. And we all kind of looking at each other, walking up to it. We trying to figure out, man, who I'm going to jump in the car with. Oh, there go my home. Oh, a real one. I locked in with them. I'm in Def Jam car. They riding it. You pedaling, sweating, independent, sweating. But you moving, but you pedaling a bike. Def Jam and Universal, they done made 2-3 trips while you still pedaling. But you got to be prepared for that fight if that's your fight. You understand me? But for me to have an avenue next to somebody that's a staple in the game and not take that and capitalize off that end, but you can't do it corny. That's the one. See, a lot of people approaches off. I always talk about perspective. Dudes approach be corny. Like you be corny in what you doing. You just be, you burnt out. You see what I'm saying? You did this the way you doing it. It be burnt out. You understand? So I just couldn't disagree more. I think that platforms are only a reflection of the culture. And again, I always tell people, and I gave this $1 million game out, that I need to be charging consulting fees.